82 law students from the University of the Gambia were on Monday called to the Gambia Bar Association at a ceremony held at the Sadara Karavajawar Conference Center. The event seeks to promote transparency in the legal environment in the country by ensuring access to justice, protection and integrity of the legal profession is guaranteed. Fatmata Kasim reports.
The Attorney General and Minister of Justice has enjoined the law students to at all times uphold the values of the profession by defending interests of their clients and the general public. Dauda A. Jallow was speaking on Monday when 51 Gambians and 31 Ghanaian law students were called to the bar. He said being a lawyer comes with many privileges and benefits, but disregard the notion that it is a money-making profession.
Most people have the false notion that being a lawyer is a money-making venture. Let me make it clear that with this profession, the commitment to justice should be paramount. You are never to take advantage of your clients or engage in any manner that has the propensity to put the name of this old noble profession into disrepute. In my opinion, every lawyer is an ambassador of this noble profession and ought to preserve its integrity jealously. As a lawyer, you must also at all times respond to public service whenever the state calls upon you, bearing in mind that the state has also heavily invested in you. Having been newly called to the bar, let me urge you all to have respect for those who administer the law. Your behavior in the courts should at all times be exemplary. Judges, magistrates, and cadis have full control of their courts and therefore require from you due regard and consideration, both within and outside of the court premises. Matters that should be settled in court should be dealt with in that forum and not in the press or on social media.
Honorable Jallow observed that the legal profession is a landed and noble career with distinction that calls for dignity and a high sense of morality, humility, and respect towards others. Surahata Jani, a senior member of the Gambia Bar Association, advised the graduates never to see the profession as business. Mr. Jani said a young lawyer should decide at an early stage whether to be a millionaire by changing the course to a business or respect the doctrines of the noble profession.
Never call the legal profession a business, because that is a concept applied by economists but inappropriate for lawyers, who, unlike businessmen, are governed by a code of conduct, the violation of which might cause you, the weak, you work so hard to acquire, the privilege to wear. A legal practitioner can be disbarred, not debarred, as some people say, but there is no institution that can bar a person from engaging in business. Even prisoners often do business in prison. It is far from my intention to deride or criticize business, for I acknowledge fully that legitimate businesses are at the forefront of the fast development of any country. What I wish to stress is that a young, true lawyer should decide at an early stage whether they aspire to be a dollar millionaire, billionaire, thus changing course to business, or to stick to a great and noble profession that places barriers to the maximization of profit and glorifies integrity, honor, and justice.
The call to the bar is a legal term of art in most common law jurisdictions, where a person must be qualified to be allowed to argue in court on behalf of another party and are then said to have been called to the bar or to have received a call to the bar. The bar is now used as a collective noun for baristas, but literally refer to the wooden barrier in old courtrooms which separated the often crowded public area at the rear from the space near the judges reserved for those having businesses with the court. Barristers will sit or stand immediately behind it, facing the judge, and could use it as a table for their briefs. For iAfrica News, I am Fatoumata Kasim.